Hello, friends. Welcome to today's football predictions on bettor. Today is another very beautiful Sunday morning, and we come up with our football predictions, knowing there are so many games going on across the globe. We were able to select a few of them and look into these ones before bringing it forward for you. All right. Okay. And yesterday we had, not the most, not the best of days yesterday, though, but we did have three games out of five that we predicted, coming out correctly. But today we hope to actually have every of our games, coming out just the way we predicted them, as usual. Okay, and we do really do have some very exciting games for you today, and in a short while we'll be looking at these matches one after the other, and also making our verdicts on these games based on recent matches and also the data so far, home and away perspective and head-to-head perspective as well. Okay, in a short while we'll be looking at this match and I want to use the opportunity to ask those of us that are coming across our video for the first time that are yet to subscribe to take our time to hit the subscription button right now so that you don't miss out on our subsequent games that will always come up on this very channel on a daily basis. Okay, all right. That being said, let's head to the business of today and we'll be starting with the first match. It is in the English Premier League, we'll have a Wolverhampton Wanderers will be up against Manchester City. Okay, as usual, looking at the recent games for home side, Wolves, they've not won any single match in the last six games that they had. They've also lost five out of those six games. They've also had one draw. And Man City, on the other hand, have won three games, but have drawn three. And when you look at how these two teams fared from a home and away perspective, you can see that playing from home, Wolves have actually managed to achieve just four wins, but they've lost five. They've lost six games in the last 10 home games that they had so far. And on the other hand, which side? Manchester City have actually managed to achieve seven victories from away. They've also had three draws. They've not lost a single match in the last 10 away games that they had. We all know that Manchester City is a very strong side, and they actually always pulling their weight. And seeing that, the head-to-head perspective also, the last time they met, it was Man City who won on that occasion by 5 goals to 1. That tells you a lot about this very side. Manchester City is a very strong side, and in this very encounter without spending so much time, we will expect a win for their away side. I will win. That's our value for that very, very encounter. Okay, that takes us to the next game for today, and it is in Spanish La Liga. Where we have FC Barcelona coming up against Sevilla. All right, Barcelona in the last six have won four out of those six games, and they've also lost two games. And Sevilla, on the other hand, have won three games, but have lost two, and have had one draw as well. And when you look at how these two teams have fared from home and away perspective, you could see that playing from home, Barcelona have won seven games in the last 10 home games that they had, and also one loss, and have had two draws as well. And the last four home games that they played saw them winning convincingly. In all four games. Also, Sevilla, on the other hand, in the last 10 have managed just a single victory. And they've also had four draws as well as five losses in the last 10 away games that they had so far. When you look at how these two teams fare from head-to-head perspective, you can see that Barcelona has been quite dominant of the head-to-head proceedings. Seeing that seven times out of the last 10 meetings they met, Barcelona have won seven times out of the last 10, and Sevilla only managed just one win, and the other two being a draw. And also the last time they met was in May of this very year, and Barcelona won from away on that very occasion by 2 goals to 1. So in this very one as well, we expect a win also for the Barcelona side. It is the home side to win out shortly in this very encounter. That's what I'm ready for that very game. All right, and that takes us to the next step for today. Also in Spanish La Liga, we'll have Atletico Madrid who will be facing Leganes. All right, Atletico Madrid have actually managed two victories in the last six matches. They've also had three draws as well as one loss. And we side Leganes have won just one game. They've had three draws, but they've lost two games out of those 6 or 7 matches that they had. And looking at how the two teams fare from home and away perspective, you can see that Atletico Madrid have actually managed to achieve, six victories in the last 10 home games. They've had three draws as well as one loss in the last 10 home games. That tells you that 60% of the home matches have resulted to win for that Atletico Madrid side. And against, on the other hand, have actually had more draws. They've actually had, seven draws in the last 10 away games that they had so far. They've also had, two wins as well as one loss in the last 10 away games that they had so far. when you look at how they fared in the last time they met, which was in 2020, and they played out a 0-0 draw that occasion. But in this very one, we know that Atletico Madrid is possessing good quality team, and they're doing very well at the moment, and they will expect to see, the home side dominating this very encounter, and it is a home win. Atletico Madrid to win outrightly. That's all fighting for that very encounter. All right, that takes us to the next for today, and it is in Egypt Super Cup, where we have Al Hilal, who will be up facing, you know, Cleopatra. All right. Okay, when you look at Al Hilal, the home side have actually won 2 games in the last 6. They've also had 2 draws as well as 2 losses. But away side Cleopatra have won just 1 game, but have lost 3 games, and they've had 2 draws as well in the last 6 recent games for their away side. And looking at how they fared from home and away perspective, you can see that playing from home, Samuel, Al Ahly, have actually managed to achieve 7 victories in the last 10 home games. They've lost 2 games, but have had 1 draw also. And when you look at the away side, Cleopatra have managed to achieve 2 victories from last 10 home games that they had, last 10 away games that they had, and they've also had 3 draws, but have lost 5 games in the last 10 away games that they had so far. And looking at the head-to-head perspective for both sides, you can see that Al Ahly have actually been very, very dominant of this very tie, seeing that the last 9 meetings for both sides have always resulted to 7 wins for Al Ahly, and the other 2 being a draw. There's never been a time that Cleopatra achieved a victory against this side in the last 9 home games that the both 9 games that both teams have played. And in this very encounter, we definitely expect to see a win for the home side, Al Ahly, to win outright in this very one home win. That's our verdict. Okay, that will take us to the next game, which are going to be the last for today. It is in Netherlands, the this division, where we have Heracles Almelo coming up against Ajax Amsterdam. Okay, the home side Heracles have actually managed to achieve 3 wins in the last 6 games that they had. They've also had 1 draw as well as 2 losses. And the away side Ajax Amsterdam have won 4 games, and also had 2 draws in the last 6 games that they have so far. All right, we're looking at how they fared from home and away perspective. You can see that playing from home, Melo, the home side, have managed just 2 victories in the last 10 home games that they had. They've also had 4 draws, but have lost 4 matches in the last 10 home games that they have so far. Not the best side playing from home. They've only managed to achieve just 2 victories in the last 10 home games. All right, and the away side, on the other hand, Ajax Amsterdam have actually been able to achieve 5 wins in the last 10 away games that they had so far. They've also had 3 draws, but have lost 2 matches in the last 10 away games that they had. Ajax is quite obviously the stronger side, saying that the head-to-head perspective, it has always been Ajax who have actually dominated in this fixture. In the last 10 meetings for both sides, have actually seen Ajax winning on 7 occasions out of the past 10 meetings, and the Heracles managed just 2 wins, and the other one being a draw. So it has always been Ajax who are a better side, and in this very one, seeing that Ajax have actually won their recent matches, winning 4 games out of the last 6 they've had so far. They're in good form, and we do expect an away win in this one. Away win, that's our right for that very game. All right, that concludes our operations for you today on Betcraft. All right, we do have some bonus matches for you today, and one of those matches is in French League, where we have La Havre, who will be up against Olympique Lyon. All right, in that very encounter, we expect Olympique Lyon to achieve a result in this very one, and it is their way side to win or draw another 4.5. And also we have Besiktas coming up against Konyaspor in Turkish League, and we also expect Besiktas to win that match outrightly. Home win. That's our value for that very game. And also the last of this bonus tip that we have for you today is in Turkish League. We'll have Samsunspor, who will be up against Fenerbahce, and in that very encounter, we expect to see a minimum of 2 goals appearing in that very encounter. It is another 1.5. That's our value for that very encounter. All right, that ends the entire game that we have for you today. That also concludes the bonus tips for you today, and tomorrow is another day, and I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green. All right, tomorrow we'll be coming up with our prediction on this very channel, but until then, keep winning.